Все,
запустил
I am here,
трансляцию.
Yes, Ascalian, we are about to begin finally.
Так, Некер говорить тоже не может. Окей.
One
О
moment.
чем речь?
Ждем. Сейчас тебя
It was fixed.
раз.
Okay, sorry about that.
СС.
Раз, да.
Ну, хоть что-то.
So, let's...
Hello and good reading for...
Yeah, so Ascalian, about that green pony you asked, and Frenady, you will meet her later. And she is quite a character, let me tell you.
Huh. Interesting.
Yes.
Ascalian, it's
Chapter.
the Jack.
It's not blind keeping your
Don't listen to Shooty, he's a retard.
Yeah, he is. Which chapter? Which chapter are we reading? Chapter 5?
Chapter 4. Unless you want to skip it. I would not recommend you to skip it, but if you want, I mean...
No, I didn't know that. Never mind. Let's just start. Yeah, start.
Okay. So I will make a little bit of an intro for the rest of the readers and listeners, and we will begin. Okay?
Like anyone's listening.
I mean, there is like 12... from 11 to 12 people in this voice chat, so...
Oh yeah, that's right.
I mean... I think we count as somebody, like, I'm not that egotistical too. Okay, never mind. Что ж, сейчас начнется вторая часть зачитки, которую я пожалею очень сильно, когда буду клевать носом на работе и падать головой на стол, но тем не менее. Всем добро пожаловать на зачитку спика на английском языке. Она будет это полностью на английском. Если у кого-то есть желание, знание языка и возможности, опять же, присоединяйтесь.
Ты, кажется, перепутал каналы, куда ссылки кидаешь.
Куда? Так и есть, кстати говоря. А почему? Потому что я кто? Правильно, днище. Держи здесь ссылочку. Спасибо, Драгон, что заметил. Ты молодец. Я уже половину своего чая, но ладно. Сделаем перерыв, пойду за водой. Так вот, все на английском языке. Желающих могут присоединяться, ролей много, читающих мало, поэтому как-то так. Если кому-то интересно, эта глава есть, этого фанфика есть перевод, выполненный Энгри Шути и мной в основном, ну еще там другие люди тоже там не подключаются, но в основном, поэтому желающие, скажем так, следить за переводом, могут параллельно следить за переводом и понимать то, о чем мы читаем, таким образом.
Вот поэтому в кинотеатрах вырубают ёбаный звук.
Поэтому я его вообще никогда не включаю на телефоне.
Плюс 10. Так вот, плюс 10. О чем бишь я...
Ты немножко скромничаешь немножко.
Фанфик является продолжением, прямым продолжением фанфика Fallout Equestria Project Horizons, в свою очередь спин-офф Fallout Equestria. И, собственно говоря, повествует о приключениях Блэк Джек и Пони Пикассо. Я пока сделал его так. И Пони Пикассо по имени Френеди. Ascalian, ping me when you finish talking, please. So, итак, да. Пикассо Хартмендера, иначе говоря, врачевателя душ по нашей версии перевода. Да, по-нашемски. Которая пытается помочь ей справиться с травмой, психологической, которую она получила при событиях горизонтов. Если вы читали горизонты, то травма там есть от чего получить, причем далеко не одну, мягко говоря. В принципе, все.
Если я буду примерно треть слов неправильно произносить.
Окей, слишком рано. Всем пофиг, я произношу все слова неправильно, Скалян постоянно тоже там путает или меняет местами слова, поэтому абсолютно всем пофиг. Как ты произносишь?
Хочется почитать, с другой стороны не хочется портить зачитку.
Нельзя испортить то, что уже кефир. Не, можно я скажу? У меня есть фраза. Чувак, нельзя испортить то, что уже кефир.
Да. Вай прав. То есть нельзя испортить то, что уже... Уже смотри, мы опустились ниже днища. Мы опустились ниже AFK. Куда уже ниже? Посмотри на название канала, чувак. Посмотри на название канала. Каково ты будешь платить? Читает все, кто хочет. Если есть роль, есть... Скажем так. У меня есть... Я читаю завтра и Тренеди. Эскален взял себе Блэкджек на 100%, он ее никому не отдаст. А остальные, я говорю, типа, есть Пегас А, есть Аликорн Б, есть Единорог С. Желающие читать, раз, два, три. Если за раз, два, три никто не берет роль, читаю я. Если за 3 роль забрали, то читает тот, кто ее забрал. Ты, наверное, мог слышать это все-таки, когда мы читали предыдущий фанфик. Можно было как-то все-таки определиться с этим, потому что, да, если есть свободная роль, я всегда даю возможность кому-нибудь ее взять. Пользуется этим или нет, ну, как ты мог заметить, обычно не пользуются. Что ж поделать? Ну, иногда кто-то все-таки находится желающий. Да, читаем на инглише, опять же, поэтому готовьтесь к тому, что будет много-много незнакомых вам слов.
А школьный уровень зачитки 8 класса подойдет для чтения?
Вполне.
Ну, да.
Ну, не проблема. Даже если ты незнакомое слово видишь, ты же можешь его попытаться прочесть?
Ну, конечно.
И норм.
Это норм. Говорю, у нас читают все, кто хочет читать, а остальное вот. Главное было бы желание и хоть какое-то старание. То есть, до тех пор, пока ты стараешься, остальное не важно. И ладно.
Еще занят.
Еще пускай. Да, еще занят. Ну ничего, это. К счастью, мне дали такую возможность тут почувствовать себя СД.
Модераторский произвол, банить его, банить, тряпками гнать его.
Лефан, скажи что-нибудь, я громкость уравниваю.
Проверка.
Нормально.
Ты не имеешь права меня глушить. Я записываю. Я записываю. Ты не имеешь права меня глушить. Я выше тебя.
Спорим? Хочешь поспорить?
Ок, сейчас, подожди, дай переименуюсь.
Вай, если что, это вообще не НЭФ, как бы, инициатива записывать что-либо. Так что... Ну, ты
он меня попросил, я записываю.
Ну, он это сделал только потому, что...
Стоп. Эскален, you can talk. Эскален, if you can talk.
I'm going to... I had a really important phone call, I'm sorry.
Okay.
I need to make another one. I'll be back in 5 minutes at most.
It's fine. Yeah, sure. Go ahead, man.
Thank you.
Так, на чем мы остановились? Ах, да.
Что, смотри, я могу вот просто взять вот так вот. Бум. И что ты сделаешь, а? Что ты сделаешь?
респект.
Да, собственно, записывать ему тишина не помешает.
Да. Ты можешь нас еще Драгон записывать.
А второй аккаунт не замутим по умолчанию?
Это со второго аккаунта, да.
И да, нас 13. Аббат, привет. Фоткайте кто-нибудь.
Аббат заглушен.
На, сфоткал.
Ладно.
В
Ты
свете
прощен.
анонса Дума 13.
Моя Little Pip, ты была прощена.
Забаньте меня обратно. Я никогда не просил об этом.
Теперь ты будешь мучиться. Весело у вас.
Ну еще бы. А ты как хотел. Помоги, мы умеем практикуем.
Ну да.
Мы все равно ждем
Я
искания.
вот сижу до сих пор, жду, пока начнется спойлер. Я так вот...
Кстати, Драгон, а ты уже видел новые 3 страницы из комикса Хешир про Рейнбоу и Квибла?
Если они были сегодня выложены... Наверное,
Сегодня?
Тогда еще нет.
Посмотри, они... Там начинается самая мякотка. Там самая мякотка начинается.
Погоди, и же...
Да, я прям сейчас вижу у себя уведомление, что он выложил пост.
Да-да-да, посмотри, там сейчас самая мякотка начинается в этом комиксе.
Это не про него.
Ну, посмотри, там должно быть одно из первых постов, там 3 страницы новых он выложил. Там сейчас вот самая мякотка начинается.
Какой номер страницы последний?
Сейчас.
Так оно не сегодня выложено. Забей, это я уже давно видел тогда.
А, не сегодня? Мне просто сегодня пришло уведомление.
Оно уже выложено давно. Что-то около недели, что ли, назад. Если не больше.
Серьезно?
Но ты
Тумба, что ты меня подводишь?
Ну, я эту пикчу номер 12 я видел уже
Тумба
как 3 недели
это
назад.
такая себе вещь.
Блять, я на уведомление подписан моментальный, какого хуя?
Чувак, она, скорее всего, сперва выкладывала по рыночку.
Не, я на тумбе это уже реально давно увидел у него.
У нее.
У нее.
У нее, да.
Хиошира 100% тянут.
Ну, он художник, все, отмазался.
Она
это художница, а я художник.
Чувак, ты сейчас будешь судить по гендеру? Это ты в курсе, что за это сейчас расстреливают?
Хорошо, ладно, Драгон. Точнее, Селестию, уставшую.
Она вот выложена сегодня, 5 минут назад. У меня пришло уведомление.
Вот мне тоже. Вкинь ее в чатик, пожалуйста. Если не тяжело. Пускай народ полюбуется красотой.
Нет.
Что тебе?
Вот с тумбы мне сейчас ее лень тащить.
Как тогда этот постить 50 сотен картинок клона, тебе норм было, да? А как с тумбы одну стащить, так тебе не лень.
Потому что, чтобы стащить с тумбы, мне сейчас нужно войти в аккаунт сначала, включить VPN-очку.
А VPN-очку зачем?
Ну как?
Тумба.
Многие
блокируются. Погоди, с Сашей
блокируются.
Селестией? Я, кажется, вижу ее на Триксиборе.
Закинь ты лайк тогда. Странно, почему мне этот комикс так поздно пришло уведомление?
Возьмите Скаляна.
Окей.
Забыл, как тебя зовут.
Yes, one second. Yes, hello?
Boy, you do realize that I usually mute myself. I just had to pick that phone up quickly because it was really important.
No, I mean, you didn't you didn't last time, so I figured out, so
sorry, I should have. But I did mute myself for the second time.
Okay, I didn't know that, so I just do it automatically. I'm sorry. I'm very sorry.
It's fine. So where were we? Yeah, we were about to start reading, right?
Yes, I hope so at least.
Yep.
Yeah. So are we all ready?
I mean, it's just me and you who will be reading. Blackjack is in the there is some chance that one of our... I've heard at least some people who want to read as well. At least we want to try to read, so I always encouraging the other people trying something new, so we might have some guests here.
Продолжает радовать.
We might have some guests, and this is wonderful, isn't it? Let's. Are you sure you're ready? This type. No, I had very loud typing, so I figured out this might be.
No, it's whenever I touch my keyboard, it's really fucking loud. I'm sorry.
Okay, it's fine. So. Do I need to remind you on what part we finished chapter 3? And just like general events?
No, just continue.
Okay, let's just continue. For everybody else who are not familiar with this story so far, you can go ahead and either listen to our reading sessions, or what I would actually advise you to do, read it on your own time, from chapter 1 to chapter 3. It's quite good, right, Skyler?
Yep.
It is quite good. So,
it is.
Chapter 4, Plot Equestria Project Horizons Speak, written by Hardshine. Chapter 4, Wasteland. Escalion?
A wasteland of embarrassment and social upheaval can be neatly avoided by following a single precept in life. Do not lie. Crabapple, husband to first century after the fall of Nightmare Moon, Heartmender of Wintervilla.
Oh my goddess, Luna. Wherever you happen to be, did we ever stop talking about sex? As soon as Glitter Bomb started detailing her struggles with finding a boy that was her size
She and Blackjack had launched into a very scientific analysis of the intricate details about the ways ponies could make each other feel good. If I heard the phrase feeling... I'm sorry, my headphones... I'm sorry, my headphones decided to do a little... Okay, her struggles with finding a boy that was her size. She and Blackjack had launched into a very scientific analysis of the intricate details about the ways ponies could make each other feel good. If I heard the phrase feeling buttery and soft inside out of Blackjack one more time, I was going to scream. The subject of sex gave me feelings as well, but none of them could be described as soft or buttery. Gross! Glitter Bomb sighed as we trotted along the old rusted railroad tracks. Glitter Bomb? Anybody? 3, 2.
Alright, I'll take it.
Go ahead.
I'm so glad I was born a boy. Having something weird between your legs just seems uncomfortable.
She said, skipping slightly. She tried to delicately balance herself on the rusted track with her dinner plate-sized hooves. I was just thankful the conversation was drifting back to something I could take part in.
What do you think, Fishy?
Blackjack.
I think you should probably get used to something you're born with. I've experienced being a stallion and memory orbed.
Blackjack explained, stepping evenly along the railroad ties.
It was honestly kind of built up too quick or too fast for my taste. I like to take my time with the pony, really work things around, you know.
Sweet Celestia, I hope not. I lay my ears back as Tex reared its foul head. Again. And I'm glad that I was starting to trail behind the two of them as we spoke. It won't manage to save my sanity.
Ooh, I'm not allowed to use memory herbs. Kelly in Dry Clean says they'll teach me when I'm older, but not yet. Teach?
Blackjack knit her brows.
What is there to teach? You just tap your horn to it and swoosh, off you go. Well, they want me to be respectful of other ponies' privacy.
She explained with a nod. One of my ears stood straight up. Don't you already do that, Glitter? I asked, confused as to why along that pony's privacy would be an issue. Isabel stopped her prancing along the track and turned to give me a guilty look.
I may have sort of gone through Dry Clean on these things and borrowed her Ring Winner magazine and a point of another without asking.
Blackjack instantly broke out laughing. Well, that would do it.
Which edition? I'll keep looking for the Spitfire one.
Blackjack blurted between guffaws.
Actually, Kelly managed to find the Sorin edition, and there was this really, really tall stallion in the centerfold.
Glitter swooned.
He was very, very pretty to look at. That was around the time I found out Kelly's special carrot I'm not supposed to touch me because it goes buzz buzz if you touch it wrong.
Yeah. Mother Luna, please have mercy on the soul of this poor overwrought heart matter and just let me die. Blackjack blinked, screwing up her face.
Special carrot? What kind of buzz? Oh, a toy! Glory had those too.
Her expression barely faltered, but there was no mistaking the sadness in her eye. She shook herself and continued.
Well, probably you don't want to be touching that without permission, considering where it goes.
She looked back at me.
Are you always going to lag behind like that and just shadow us? Come on, join the conversation.
I frowned. I usually hung back, that was kind of my thing. When I went out with my mom back in Judson City, I always hung back a pace. When I was with all the Heartmenders, I hung back a pace more. I'm not shadowing you, I countered tartly. You two were just having a conversation, and I had nothing constructive to add. I know about sex, how it works, and all the other stuff. It just doesn't interest me in the way it does two of you. The pair exchanged glances, then Glitter horn lit up, wrapping me in the shimmering purple magic. Heck, Glitter, put me down! I squeaked, wiggling in protest as she set me down on her broad back. Seriously, we talked about this. The small Pegasus is not for picking up.
There, now you're at least with us, like a friend should be. You don't have to talk, just be with us, silly.
She said with a grin.
Now, Blackjack, can I ask you?
I tuned out of the conversation as I rode along on Glitter's back, opting instead to enjoy the ride and look out across the gradually green countryside that was the hood. Things were slowly changing out there, but Equestria was still crying out in pain. Carson said that something would one day come and bring life back to the wasteland. It would help heal Echo's hearts we ponies inflicted. Glitter's laughter brought me back into the moment. The steady waves of genuine, uncomplicated mirth ripping off of her and Blackjack brought a smile to my mouth. Blackjack was smiling, and she actually meant it. And so was Glitter.
Ponies can be funny about things like that, can they?
Glitter asked. Blackjack nodded in agreement and kept walking. I frowned at the back of Glitter's head, when at the sight of Blackjack's head. Wait a second. Blackjack wasn't flirting with Glitter. What? Glitter was super cute and she was really sweet, and a lovely curvy purple mare to boot. I was always a little envious of her exquisitely sculpted rump. If she weren't so darn tall, she'd probably get quite a few stallions all to herself, with that rear and her pretty face.
Oh, so that's why mares can still feel good when you take it up the tail hole.
Glitter said pensively in response to whatever she and Blackjack had been talking about. Frankly, I was confused and terrified by it out of context. Well, I couldn't imagine context could do much to salvage this statement.
Relaxation, lube, relaxation, and more lube. That's the key.
Blackjack stated with a smile.
I thought it was kind of cool too. A teacher, bless her heart, always said that the clitoris was the kind of button with a plastic flap over it. Flap cover. You have to work the cover to really push it.
She caught my expression of consternation as she discussed the scientific properties of a pony's most intimate parts with my friend.
What? Sex ed was the thing in class you paid attention in 99. This really shouldn't shock you.
She asked, smirking up at me. I shook my head. No, that actually doesn't surprise me in the slightest. I admitted with an unmixed chuckle. I was more confused because we were actually getting kinda like scientific and biological about it. Glitter craned her head back and looked at me.
Oh, well, it isn't the part of being a pony. It isn't interesting you. I mean, bodies are really cool and fascinating. I've had a lot of fun with Caledonia out in her clinic. She always been really awkward about stuff like that and why she likes things, why things work like they should, why they do when you're going stuff like sex.
She explained, giggling.
So it's nice to have some pony that's older than me and actually just talk about it.
Blackjack.
If you're comfortable with it, Glitter, I could just show you if you want.
Blackjack said casually as she smiled up at the larger mare. Oh, Luna, no. No. Not while I'm hitting on her back. I took back all of my thoughts about Blackjack not hitting Glitter. I didn't like this. Blackjack may be only 21 years old, sort of, but Glitterbomb was closer to my age of 14. That's quite an age gap. Even discounting Blackjack's considerable age in experience.
Does it really feel good? Because it's like, I read books about it, and it's like, hey, I get to be aroused, but I don't know what it feels like. That might be fun.
My friend explained, dooming herself to a world of messy, confusing feelings in the process.
If you're really the right pony, you're ready for it. It usually feels good. Kind of strange, a little scary, but be fun.
Her smile then disappeared, looking up at Glitter and saying seriously.
You're with the wrong pony. It can really hurt you, though. You're vulnerable during sex, and the worst kinds of ponies are hurting a man with sex.
Blackjack? You've heard stallions with sex in 99. That's kind of fucked up, but you're only thinking of a damage to mares. I thought as I listened to her, feeling my stomach knot up with anxiety. I hadn't liked a sex conversation before. I was liking it even less.
That's what magic bullets are for.
The smile returned, a little less eager.
Not to put you off, of course. Just only you can decide where and when you want to do it with. Where and when and who you want to do it with.
Then she grinned.
But in my personal opinion, it feels great.
Okay, no. I was wrong. She was hitting on glitter. But PJ was making progress. Could I step in without screwing that up? I didn't want to see glitter hurt.
Are you the right kind of pony, Fishy?
Glitter asked, cocking her head to the side. Blurry just motioned to her for her to come closer, and when Glitter lowered her head down, she leaned up and gave Glitter a soft kiss.
When it comes to sex, I'm the best pony.
She then glanced at me, adding,
Now, if you're talking about love, better talk to Thren or any pony else.
Glitter may or may not have been listening to Blackjack, as she appeared to be frozen with her lips slightly pursed. Slowly lifted her forehead to her lips, then frowned.
That was sex?
She asked innocently. In spite of my own discomfort with the situation that was rapidly evolving before me, I did my best to not fall off her back laughing. Blackjack laughed too.
That was the first page of a big book called Sex. I can really read the rest to you later if you like.
My hoof met my face repeatedly as Glitter replied.
Well, I kinda like the page so far. I've never read page 1. What's page 2?
Glitter, did you miss a part about love in that? I asked, seizing my moment to interject some semblance of common sense into the conversation. Though I don't know why Bill Go Fish thinks I'm an expert in love. Okay, seriously, this was too weird. Clearly Glitter wasn't really up for sex. Why the hell wasn't Blackjack seeing this?
Love isn't sex. Sex isn't love. You can love someone and never have sex with them, or you can have sex with someone without loving the person.
Her smile faded a bit.
I heard the mayor who always treated them as one and the same. It could have been avoided.
She murmured and then shook her head.
Anyway, love is something a lot more special than sex. Sex is feeling good. Love is a whole lot bigger and deeper than just sex. And the Heartlander would probably know more than I should.
Then she looked at Glitter Bomb and grinned.
Want to go back to Star House and read page 2? We can go back to this town later.
I sat down at Blackjack as she tried to persuade my friend into bed. I didn't like it. I knew that Glitter was curious and her virginity wasn't something she particularly valued, but it still bothered me just how predatory Blackjack could be when it came to sex. The little kiss, the light teeth, that was mentally my age. What the hell, Blackjack? Glitter smiled down at Blackjack.
I think I could go for reading page 2, maybe even 3.
She paused thoughtfully.
Maybe not 4 yet. That's kind of for a lot of words to read. And I'm lazy when it comes to reading.
She admitted. Glitter? Why? Blackjack then looked back at me. I snarled with weak amusement.
Want to join us, Trinity? Super wise? Make sure nothing bad happens.
Oh, now there was some spicy cattiness coming off her. I was enjoying seeing me squirm like this. I swallowed slowly as I felt my cheek flush with embarrassment. I had to respond carefully. Somehow I felt that, bitch, your lady tried to fuck my best friend. I don't think I work like that, you dumb whore. Wasn't the best response. Yeah, you don't say. Certainly not the most professional sounding. And such language in front of Glitter. I don't do supervision. If Glitter thinks it's a good idea, then I guess she's old enough to make that choice for herself. I replied, knowing my eyes had flicked to sharpen jade, as the catty undertones in Blackjack mood. Do not try me, Blackjack. I already said no. Glitter appeared to be blissfully ignorant of the subtext of a mutual exchange.
Well, that means a lot more pages for me.
The icon started skipping slightly, making it a challenge for me to stay on her back. I started to flutter and glared at the two of them. The room was all aglow with spicy cattiness and sultry, sweet desire. Glitter on the other hoof was a bright lightness that is curiosity and excitement. And if I admitted it to myself, I found myself feeling the rather vague and ugly feeling of fear for Glitter's excitement. I dusted off about a couple hundred feet, landing on a bridge that the old railroad crossed. Coughing, I stamped my forehead. Blackjack, what you're doing is wrong, I muttered to myself. Why are you trying to take advantage of my friend? Sure, she's sweet and kind, but she's so much less mature than you. She looked my way and disappeared in a flash. Oh shit. A moment later, I heard her voice in my ear.
What's your problem, Serenity?
The word she hadn't used were the words. She hadn't used words like that to me before. Low, sharp. A feeling of hot, molten anger bubbled out of her.
You don't want to do it. Fine. You won't me to tell it's wrong. Then we're going to fight about it. You want that?
She hissed softly. I was down the tracks as Glitter looked around Blackjack. When started trotting towards us, and I faced Blackjack trying to let my icy anger harden her molten emotions. Fine. I am saying it's wrong. I said no, so you hit on my friend. How is that fair? That's almost downright predatory, Blackjack. I said slowly and evenly.
You said no, she said yes. Where the hell do you get off telling me that her wants to do is wrong? Do you think I'm looking to hurt her? That I want to do to her that was done to me. Sex is one of the few honest goodness in this things left in the world. So why am I suddenly wrong for wanting to make her first experience a good one?
I stepped a hoof and snorted. I didn't understand. I knew Blackjack had some weird morals when it came to sex and sexuality, but I didn't understand, so I said so. I don't get it. I don't get why or how you are able to be so detached from the emotions of sex. It makes no sense, I blurted. You sit there and justify the fact that you want your first time to be good, but you sort of overlook the fact that she's so much mentally younger than you. You have absolutely no problem trying to hit on me, who is also younger than you, I argued. So why are you so detached from the idea that maybe the age difference is bigger than you think?
I'm detached. Sex is passion and feelings, sweat and making other person feel joy. I love those moments where I can actually make a person feel good instead of miserable. How fucking wrong? Is that fucking wrong, Serenity?
She challenged.
Again, do you think I'm planning to hurt her?
I pursed my lips and stood up as tall as I could. I don't know that, and it scares me. I don't want to see her hurt. I danced around the issue. Please leave it at that. Please. Please. She repeated her voice slow.
Do you think I'm planning on hurting her?
Serenity,
look out!
Glitter shouted. Beverly and I looked down the tracks at my friend, and in an instant something long, sharp, and extremely painful embedded itself in the right side of my barrel, just ahead of my hind leg. I screamed as whatever it was struck me off of the bridge. A burning sensation pulsed into my side. I tried to fly, which managed to dislodge me from whatever it had hit me, and I awkwardly cartwheeled through the air and slammed into the dirt hanging below the tracks. Marrying with the ground hurt only a little less than excruciating numbness spreading through my belly. I tried to struggle to my hoofs, and I couldn't move. Oh goddesses, I couldn't move! Ahead of me, a massive albino red scorpion chittered and turned as Blackjack and Glitter leaped into action. Panic set in as I tried to move my limbs, watching helplessly as the pair struck back. Blackjack teleported right onto the giant scorpion's back, shouting,
"Get her to safety, Glitter Bomb!"
Her compact horn lit up as she conjured a blade of pure magic and used it to slice off the scorpion's tinder. Then, before she could be thrown off, she teleported once again at the end of the bridge. She spot the blade and lit her horn again, this time setting out a barrage of magical bolts that streaked through the air, impacting the scorpion's front and burst a few of its beady red eyes. Glitter flew down as Blackjack distracted the monster and lifted me with her magic. I couldn't even speak to tell her I was paralyzed. I really wished I had the ability to avert my gaze from my impact side, as Glitter picked me up. The alarming quantity of threats on the ground was massively disturbing my call.
Fishy, let's go!
Glitter shouted at Blackjack as the scorpion shrieked in pain. But she didn't seem to respond. She didn't have any weapons or barging, nor did she need them. She was a mare of raw arrogant savagery and bloodlust, continuing to use her magic to tear at the scorpion. When it was close, her magic summoned that brilliant blade again, sweeping it through the outstretched claw before flashing away again. Her sole focus the annihilation of her enemy. I never felt so useless in my life. Here I was, bleeding and paralyzed, and being saved by my client. My duster had done nothing to stop the scorpion's tail, and as Glitter held me in her magic, all I could do was watch as the dog shot cut the scorpion to ribbons. All I could do was just lie there and bleed. In less than a minute, the albino scorpion seemed to realize that it had picked a fight with a prey bent on breaking some fundamental laws of physics. It tried to get away, but now Blackjack went on the offensive. She raced behind it, slicing more of his tail, when a pair of left legs, went right, and as she fought, I felt it, even from this distance. Pleasure. Almost identical to what she felt when having marathon sex with Slade. She didn't finish until the scorpion was a twitching pile of meat. Breathing hard, smoke rising from her horn, she looked up at Glitter, Bomb, and I remembered what Sandalwood had told me. She's one of the deadliest mares alive. Now I was seeing it for myself. The Reaper, what Sandalwood feared so much.
Glitter Bomb, she's poisoned and bleeding. She needs to go to the collegiate right now. Or at least a medic in chapel. Can you teleport her?
She asked, grinning despite the gravity of my wounds. But spicy cattiness was back as she stared at me. Like she wanted me to know that she'd just saved my life, and that she did so despite me thinking that she was the one who trying to seduce my friend. Glitter must have nodded. I think she nodded. My memory got fuzzy right around the point where purple magic wrapped around Blackjack, and I got busy trying not to die. Asterix break. So, any thoughts on the reading so far?
There is a saying in Hungary and in America too.
Я хочу почитать за дьявола, который дальше будет.
Cinnamon?
Нет, там я не называю имя персонажа, но в следующей сцене будет.
Хорошо. Уговорил.
Это будет очень плохо, но я очень хочу.
Ну нам всем похуй. Давай. Окей, sorry, Скаля.
Это уже?
Shruti said that he would like to join our reading, so yeah. So yeah, Scalian. Any thoughts on the chapter so far? Go ahead. Sorry.
There's a saying in Hungary and in England or America too. It goes like this: you either die a hero or watch yourself become a villain. And it's actually pretty true here.
Yeah, pretty much.
You either die a hero or you live long enough to watch yourself become a villain. And as you can see, Blackjack kind of have died as a hero, trying to save the hoof, and with Cognite and whatnot.
Yeah.
And then now she's just going batshit crazy from all the things that she's been through.
Yeah. It's pretty much what's happening.
At this point, as I view it, I don't think that Blackjack could be. Well, I don't think that these things could be saved, because these aspects of him or her, these aspects of her are things that just make her in such a way that I don't think that she should be saved or should be even helped. I just think that she should get what she wanted and get her brains blown out for good.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it's pretty messed up, because you see, once a person goes beyond a certain point, there is no way of turning it back, and then you cannot even fix that situation. You just have to end it. But yeah, well, that's my views on it.
Yeah. Well, that's an interesting thing of it. 1 more minute of break. I just want to cut up on the chat, which was happening.
Of course.
Just a few minutes. Maybe even faster than that.
Save for time.
И это только... Если прерываться будут, то есть микрофон у меня, то скажи, я лучше тогда перестану.
Хорошо,
Потому что
говори.
есть такая особенность.
Да. Окей. Окей. Итак, мы готовы продолжать. Are we ready to continue? Искали?
Yup.
Шути? Well, let's go. I got awake some time later and immediately regretted the impulse to sit up. My entire right side was on fire and I could feel soft cotton bandages wrapped around my barrel. Shit. Where was I? Arched smoke met my nostrils. Oh, Luna, I'm in Tartarus.
You shall not move too much.
The devil rasped as he stared at the cracked white wall.
Red Scorpion Venom's appointed anti-Congo. Max Swiss. Healing magic like magic.
Шути, yes, your microphone is being dropping. Yes.
Ну, давайте тогда сами.
Okay, so because Shuti's mic can't handle the reading, what do you like?
Yes, you shouldn't move too much. You should go from there. You should
The devil rasped as he stared at cracked white wall.
But I don't think that's feeling medics. Oh wait, no, that's I rent a Red Scorpion Venom is a
It's a potent anticoagulant.
Yeah, anticoagulant. Mugs with healing magic like mad.
I paused and the devil asked,
In much pain? I've got medics.
I groaned softly. I feel like Big Mom just had a marathon tap dancing session on my ovaries, I admitted. But I don't like the feeling of my aches. I got something lighter? I asked, resolving to lay there and speak with the Dark Lady of Hell. She seemed rather nice, offering drugs already.
Alcohol. But you're a bit too young for that hard stuff. Then again, maybe you're not.
And the mistress of this underworld walked into view, and disappointed my expectations. A grey unicorn mare with a messy, dirty blonde mane in a doctor's coat. A cigarette was held between her lips as she walked over to a cabinet and extracted a small bottle.
Wait, good. Willow bark extract.
She scooped out a little pile of white powder, put it in a bottle of water, and shaking it vigorously. Tiny blue eyes considered me.
So, you're the newest nutcracker they bought me to deal with blackjack. Heard you're very young.
I'm 14, I said, my eyes on the water bottle for the moment, hoping it held some relief for the burning pain in my side. Ah, crap. Someone else will see nothing but a kid in front of them. I really needed to stop telling ponies my age. But yeah, I'm, well, Penophilia, I guess. I said with a sigh, trying to experimentally raise my right wing and being rewarded with a blaze of fresh pain. Okay? Nope, not doing that.
1 sec.
Sure, go ahead. Драгон, почему эта цитата выглядит как что-то из ENG 35+.
А почему все замолчали?
Потому что Искалин что-то куда-то, что-то у него случилось. Слишком тихо, сделай меня погромче на 200%.
Да не, я про то, что все затихли.
Все затихли, но у Искалина что-то произошло, он отлучился на минуту. Его ждем.
Погоди, ты говоришь про фразу, которую Стар закинул? Про...
Да. Ощущение, что ты из ENG 35+, что-то. Нет, я знаю, что это не оттуда. Я сказал, что есть такое ощущение, будто бы она оттуда. Слушай внимательно, пожалуйста.
Нет. Ты даже не скажешь рифму?
Я сделаю вот так. Исключи, слушай внимательно. Вот. И поэтому давай.
I'm sorry, I'm back. Where were we? Sorry, just
Okay, it's fine.
Yeah, where were we?
Not so young then.
Oh, not so young then. The way she talked, I thought you were 6. I figured they bought but in someone that was Blackjack's mental equal.
She levitated the bottle to my lips. Whatever was in it was dreadfully bitter.
How many people did she kill this time?
Triage asked as the cigarette... Triage asked as the cigarette burned. I swallowed the bitter drink slowly, when looked at the doctor. No, Pony. She just killed a rat scorpion. Me getting hurt was a complete accident. I didn't know I'd landed on its home.
Well, that was refreshing. I was afraid she'd gone off her walks again, looking for trouble. With her range, you never know when she's going to disappear or who she's going to kill. She always limps back, though.
She said, taking the bottle from me and putting it in the sink, rinsing it out. I had to put a few things together. Peter brought me to the collegiate, right? You, Dr. Triage. Did I pronounce it correctly? Triage?
Yes, triage.
Triage, okay. Triage, then?
Yeah, triage means... oh, sorry.
Yeah, okay, I know, but yeah. Triage, then. I said, trying to get my bearings a little. I looked down at my bandaged side, panic rising in me. I looked like the spot I'd been hit. That's... I know my side is a mess and my insides are probably worse because of the venom, but... I couldn't ask.
Relax, you'll fly again. If you'd been on your own, you would have been lunch for sure. Luckily, you were in the company of the most dangerous lunatic I've ever known.
Yeah. She took a pull on her cigarette, blasting the smoke out of her nostrils.
She's waiting nearby. I told her you'd be fine. You just need a few days of recovery and some healing magic.
I frowned as Triage answered the obvious question, but not one I was asking. And my insides? I got hit really close to my important Philly bits if I ever wanted to have falls. I didn't care Blackjack was nearby. She just reminded me that I did a stupid and got myself hurt.
You should be a medical doctor, kid. Your uterus is fine, so is your bladder, kidneys, ovaries, intestine, and colon.
She paused to take another drug inside.
The place is like a sticky horn.
She muttered. I blushed. What if somebody's heart inside of me just felt wrong? Especially if it went inside from my side. Unless she went in other ways. I shuddered. Nope, not going there. I'm sorry to have caused trouble. I want to understand her better, you know? But I don't, and I thought for a minute I did, I admitted, looking down at the floor. Now I'm not so sure. Triage regarded me a moment before she trotted over to an old cushion against the wall and took a seat.
Yeah, you know about Discord, right?
She asked, holding the cigarette in her magic. I shook my head. Well, sort of. I read a lot of books in my mom's library about how he was an evil force that made the world all weird, but Mrs. Celestian Pitsuna banished him. I groaned slightly as my head shaking made my side hurt. Was there anything I could do that didn't make it hurt? She nodded once.
Wait, I can't look it.
What?
I can't
Blackjack is like...
oh yeah. Blackjack is like Discord.
She stated somberly. Glitter would be so disappointed that Blackjack couldn't make chocolate rain. I see. Mercurial, Byronic, beard, and sort of like trying to tie down a tornado? I asked.
The last part, most of it all.
She said as she nodded slowly.
Blackjack is like a force in nature. She doesn't really have concrete reasons for things. She doesn't consider. She doesn't think. She just does. And whatever the misfortune of getting her way finds out the hard way, that she will annihilate all opposition.
Took a slow drag.
She scares me to fucking death.
She said as she looked at the door out.
You can't imagine the bowel-loosening panic of hearing her clone body had woken up, was trotting around the hoof again. It's like knowing there's a balefire bomb started trickling somewhere in the city, and you don't know where it's going to go off.
I frowned. Is she really all that scary? I asked, thinking back to our recent argument. Though it was intimidating, sure, and her physical prowess was incredible, but she'd never frightened me. She's given me that shooty look, the one when it says, I should have wanted you to die, so shut up. But we kept talking.
If you don't think she is, you are in distinct minority.
She said quietly.
She nearly killed me when I first met her. Her legs were crippled, and she threatened to kill us with a spork. Not with her magic, that was burned out. And we didn't take her seriously. Honestly, I thought she was insane.
She reached up and touched her throat.
Before I knew it, she'd grabbed me, and that tiny little horn pressed against my cathode artery. She could have killed me second, even if it cost her her own life. That was when I realized that she was the scariest damn mare I ever met. I worked on and with some bona fide psychos.
I tried to imagine Blackjack as the scariest man in the world, but I couldn't. Not when I knew just who the scariest man in the world really was. I shuddered. But there is something in her. I mean, Hutchin and the Harmonists wouldn't keep trying to rehabilitate her if there wasn't, right? He just regarded me a moment.
There's something you're missing, kid. Blackjack doesn't give up. Once she gets going, if she thinks there's something that she has to do, she does it. It doesn't matter what you throw at her. She just pushes through. It doesn't matter how you argue. She just doubles on winning. If she wanted to take out the collegiate, she could. Or the rest of the Enclave rebels. Or hell, a Lightbringer in SPP.
She took a sober drag of her cigarette.
An absolute most dangerous thing is to try to kill her. She'll whine and sob about killing helpless raiders, but try and kill her. Hellhounds with Hemer hordes are safer.
Maybe everything was over my head. I wanted to bring her hope. I wanted to help her heal and deal with her trauma. I looked at the uncovered cutie mark on my flank. I opened the book and quill writing down. Open book and quill writing down the lament of some pony's life, and shook my head. I don't want to kill her. I want to show her that not everything has to be a fight. But sometimes it's okay to give up, because you've done your best. To slow down. I tried to move when my side flat in pain again, and I lay still. I can't even defend myself. I'm pretty much useless.
So
Triage just shrugged.
So quit. Blackjack doesn't have to be your responsibility, kid. Just be thankful she hasn't tried to get you in bed yet.
I couldn't hide the humiliation I felt, and she grunted, covering her face with a growl.
I swear I'd pay her if I thought it would do anything her goddess land libido.
Wait. Did she disappear with the alicorn that brought us in? She was actively trying to seduce my friend when we started fighting. I never gave in, but crossing weird, but glitter. She's, well, older and yet younger than me. Kinda. She really probably shouldn't be around Blackjack unsupervised. I explained, fluttering my wing as I fretted about the fate of my friend's virtue.
Relax. Blackjack's a slut, but she's not knocking hooves in my office.
Then Triage gave the wall a shooty look of her very own.
Or she'd better not.
She relaxed a little, then looked back at me.
Your friend, she's just waiting. And they insisted, actually, they were talking sex ed. I last checked on them.
I blinked. How long was I out and they still talking about it? I mentally frowned as my voice cracked at my question.
2 hours, and yeah, your friend is at curious stage for all her faults. Blackjack's sexual and ethical pony, perverted like hell, but ethical. She's not going to do something inappropriate just because she wants to get laid.
When why the hell she's trying to get under my tail? I asked for what had to be the third time to the third pony in 3 days. Triage furrowed her brows.
She tried to force you to have sex with her after you told her no.
I shook my head. She never forced me. No, just, I said, she got really uncomfortably close to me, and it felt wrong. Between that and her always asking why I didn't want it.
So tell her why.
Triage sat in her board roll as she snuffled out the cigarette.
You've obviously got a reason, kid. Tough, yeah. You're right. Telling her you should know suffice would be with her, but she wouldn't stop. It don't mean she won't stop asking. So what would it hurt you to tell her this your story?
I froze, feeling my eyes widening. I stared at Triage for a long moment. If I didn't move, she would go away. Stop asking me questions like that. Triage gazed at me for almost a minute before she gave another grunt. Do you need a break, Scallion?
No.
If you don't tell her.
If you don't tell her why, she's going to assume. And I know that she'll assume because you're shy or something. She's got the most selective sensitivity I've ever met in a mare. She'll tell some pony sexually assaulted you, and she'll stop, hack, probably track the bastard down and butcher him for you. And his friends too. Unless he's really got a good sob story prepared.
No stallion ever hurt me, I snapped, feeling my heart pounding in my chest. Nothing like that ever happened to me. I lied, hoping she'd believe me. No, Blackjack couldn't. That'd be bad. Really bad. That'd make everything worse for me. For Blackjack. Should kill Blackjack. And besides, nothing happened, right? Just beneath a little Pegasus feeling. Another long gaze.
Kid, hate to tell you, but you're really lousy. But you're a really lousy liar.
She finished and rose.
Still, none of my business to tell her. Don't tell her. I just don't think that she'll stop until you do.
She headed for the door.
You should rest there for the night. Once the toxin is metabolized, healing potions will patch you up. Any questions?
I shook my head when curled up tight on the hospital bed. No, thank you. I said, meekly wrapping my wings around my body. I'll just rest, like you said.
1 second.
Sure, go ahead. Кшона, мало. Какой тебе Кшона, ло? Фиг ты елой. Мало ему Кшона.
Экшон в приквеле был.
Leave my Wednesday reminder 3 hours ahead.
I couldn't find any reminders about.
Never mind. Whatever. So, sorry. I'll just. I just had to reply to something. Okay. So, I'll tell them we can't have visitors. Doctor's orders.
Okay, I lost as well. Can you?
She said and opened the door.
Okay, she said and opened the door. Before the door closed, however, she heard Triage suddenly snap.
No visitors, damn it! She's recovering!
I imagine I heard glitter bomb and sulky Blackjack. My blood congealed just fine when I heard Cinnamon's voice in the hall. Cinnamon, anybody? Free?
I'll take her.
Go ahead.
I just wanted to check up on the deer. I can't imagine why you waited so long to inform us that one of our heart menders nearly died in Blackjack's company.
No, not now. Please no. I desperately tried to raise what little emotional defenses I could. I didn't want to see her. It wasn't Blackjack's fault.
I prioritized saving her life over sending a letter. Like I said, she's recovering. Red Scorpion ambushed them and she got stung. If it hadn't been for Blackjack, she'd be dead.
Triage said, and a part of me cheered the cantankerous old mare. Cinnamon's voice lost a little sugar.
Why? How could you say that? If it weren't for Blackjack, the little Threnody would be doing good work in the society.
There was a pause, and Cinnamon frowned a chuckle.
Well, since I can't talk to her, maybe you can tell me if there had been any changes to Blackjack since she'd woken up. Little alterations in her behavior, aggressiveness, leisureness.
Triage didn't take the bite.
So far, she hasn't shown any decompensations of her psyche. Her body's stable. She tries to rot everything that moves, and, well, but that's not a big change. But there are changes.
Cinnamon pressed. Triage let out a sigh.
Her magic is definitely more than it was before everything blew up. I know that she's descended from Twilight Sparkle, and she's got Discord blood, and she'd been exposed to who knows what on the moon. I expect it's nothing to abate anytime soon. Oh dear, I didn't know she wasn't stable.
Cinnamon said with a little gasp.
Oh, horrible. I didn't say that.
Triage challenged.
Oh, I think you did, Doctor.
She cut it in with soft, sweet voice.
Well, it's good that Threnody was treated promptly. I'd hate to think that we'd have to do if Blackjack got one of our members killed.
The saccharine sweetness of her voice suddenly laced itself with red poison.
It would be most fortunate indeed.
Blackjack didn't do anything to me, I screamed internally, but I couldn't make the words come out of my mouth. My tongue was coated lead, and nothing would roll off nothing would roll off it in defense of my client. I felt her hooves trotting away before Triage muttered.
Cunt.
I then closed the door, leaving me alone with my thoughts. I stayed curled up for several minutes, just focusing on my breathing. Following my breath was an exercise Willow Glen had taught me to help me calm down. She said that sometimes it was helpful just to get your mind off of things. But my mind didn't want to get off of things. It wanted to think about why Cinnamon hated Blackjack so much. I could see the reverse, but Cinnamon's dislike for the mayor was starting to feel like it was personal. My mind wanted to know if I was doing the right thing. My mind wanted to chastise me for being so weak and stupid and getting myself hurt. Worst of all, it refused to stop thinking about the lie with Triage wouldn't wipe it. I didn't understand. Everything felt so normal just a few days ago. Not everything felt huge and out of reach. And now everything felt huge and out of reach. And that was extremely frustrating because I was already small for my size. I looked across the room at floor-length mirror and sighed as I looked at my small, frail body. Why did my spine stop being so pronounced? Why did I look so tiny all of a sudden? I didn't know how long it was before the door cracked open. I closed my eyes, dreading who it might be, but I was shocked to behold a familiar elf pony mare when I rolled over and looked to see who it was. Her seafoam green hide was covered with bandages, and when I'd seen her last, her mane had been almost to her knees. Now it nearly reached the floor. Still, I remembered the dark, concerned green eye peering at me in the dim light of a hospital room.
Howdy,
she said, her voice low.
How you doing? I reckon I ain't supposed to be visiting you, but I couldn't resist.
I looked over as best I could and offered her a smile. I've been better, Willow Glen, I admitted honestly. I would not recommend a red scorpion as an acupuncturist. She slumped, smiling in relief.
So, Blackjack didn't do that to you. Thank God it says. I was so afraid you'd gotten her feedback too.
She gestured at a bandage across her face.
Been what, 3 weeks? She still ain't fixed yet. I can feel her all the time still, yeah?
I shook my head. Maybe if I tried, I admitted, but I hadn't been trying to feel any pony at the moment. I was working on just not falling apart. I'm sorry for what happened to you, Willow. When I heard I'd been burnt out, I got really, really worried. You were the only one I know who really, well, treated me like I might be something when you found me in Judgment City. I said, closing my eyes.
Shucks, it weren't nothing.
Said with a little smile.
I'm just sorry I couldn't stick it out. I tried. I thought Blackjack was gonna buck herself right out of the pit she swallows in.
Smile disappeared.
Didn't take. She nearly blew up. She nearly blew her brains out, and in front of me, so much dang guilt and anguish tore me open. She was guilty about darn near killed me before Slade got her away.
I let my ears droop. So that was what had happened. Now when you told me what happened, Willow, I can't imagine how painful it was to take that much guilt from her.
So, Cinnamon didn't give you my notes? Typical.
She snorted.
Probably accidentally dropped them in a fire.
Her scorn abated.
How she's been?
She got really upset when she met my friend Glitterbomb, but she actually had a good cry about it. She and Glitter and I all did when she talked about how much she missed her friend Laconaya, and how sorry she was that Glitter couldn't remember her mom. I sniffed. We're going to get snack cakes before we start arguing, and I got attacked and I tailed off. She reached out and gently patted me. I relaxed a little bit under Willow's familiar touch. She was one of a few ponies I felt safe touching.
Little bird, you actually talk when you talk with her about lacunae? That's darn amazing. It is what it is. None of us had gotten decent talk about her friends. They're like balefire bombs. I set one off about when I was asking about Glory, straight to Meltdown City.
She said with a shake of her head.
But actually, he talks about lacunae? That's impressive, little bird.
I smiled up at Willow, basking a little bit in her approval. Willow always had approved of me. She was the first pony to give me a nickname that wasn't "Get over here." I had help, I admitted. Because Glitter helped some by just by being there. But she did talk about her, though. I sighed, my ears drooping. I can see why Glory might set her off. I've been in Glory's room. You can just feel the pain and regret there.
I didn't even get that for Little Bird. I tried and she caught me. And the look, I just pissed on her mom's grave.
She said with a shake of her head.
Even when she was rotting her in bed, I still didn't get close enough to...
She paused my flinch.
Blackjack playing blackjack.
She asked gently. I nodded. A little bit. She was hitting on me. I told her no. She asked why. I just sort of stared at her and said no. Then she hit on Glitter. I frowned. It's up to Glitter to make her own choices, but it would make me feel better if it was some pony who was her peer, which Blackjack decidedly isn't. I shuddered as Willow's words on her relationship with Blackjack sank in. Seriously? You too? Who hasn't shouted in the Heartminders? Probably do Heartshine if Heartshine weren't so scared of her. The bandaged mare patted my shoulder again.
She would. She'd do everything she could to give Heartshine the best weapon she's ever got.
Willow, I don't want to think about that. I begged and groaned. I'm thinking about it. Does this count as brain damage? Willow chuckled.
Point you're missing there is Blackjack's a mess, but the one thing she wants is try for people to be happy. Sex makes her happy, and so figures if someone ain't happy with sex, then well, they ain't just had good sex yet. Good sex makes the hurt from bad sex go away.
She rubbed her shoulder.
And yeah, we were close, too damn close. I loved her. I wanted so bad to fix her, make her love me, and it blew up in my face because I saw that sex and love are the same damn thing.
She said with a sigh. I reached over and lay Wing across Willow's shoulder. I'm sorry, Willow, I said softly. I know that must have heard something awful. I never knew you were into mares.
Mares, stallions, I'm not that picky. Different bits, but same goal.
She said with a shrug.
My mistake was I fell in love with her. She is a twigged mare for certain, but she feels so much. I got sucked in. She loves Glory and P21, and it's the core of her pain. I thought I could be Glory's replacement for her, make her love me, take her pain.
She said and sighed.
I'm pretty sure I'd rip her open again if the burst slack if we were just trying. We were in the same room for 2 minutes.
She sighed and gave a half smile.
Is she causing you trouble? I reckon she's trying to get under your tail too.
It's nothing I can handle or brush off, I said before quickly launching myself at Willow. My head protested horribly, and I nearly blacked out as I wrapped my hooves around her neck. I'm so sorry she left you heartbroken, Willow. She carefully hugged me back.
Me too. I thought I could be the one. I wasn't. More the fool of me.
She said, patting me gently.
So, since I reckon Cinnamon lost your report of her, got any questions?
I paused, thinking a moment. Really, all I have on her is the assessment. She did like forever ago. But I found it a really, really uncomfortable question for me. Is Blackjack some pony who would hurt Phyllis? Like little Phyllis? I asked, leaning back onto the bed and curling my tail around my hindquarters.
You mean general or molesting?
She asked as she furrowed her brow. I bit my lip. The letter? I asked, because she always was after me, and she was okay with trying to have sex with Glitter, who's like emotionally my age.
No,
she said, shaking her head.
Rather, she's some pony that goes off to falls and because they're falls, and when she was a filly, she was sought sex by a grown-up mare. So now she's a grown-up mare. For her, I reckon she sees to doing the same thing, teaching. Sex is good. For Blackjack, good sex feels good and leaves everybody happy. Age don't factor into it. Heck, I reckon anything factors into it. I don't think anything factors into it.
She sighed and patted my head.
If she's trying, I reckon she figures a good sex will make you happy. It didn't. It's idiot's thing to think. She's just so darn stubborn. Things no means not yet.
She huffed. I spoke Riley. No means yes, and what off means take me, I'm yours. I asked, quoting a book I'd read. She chuckled.
Nah, not quite. More like...
She screwed up her face.
More like, not because you don't give for a reason. The reason why it's no and it'll always be no. Like Thrill, she made a plane and she wasn't interested in experimenting. That wasn't good enough for Blackjack, though. I think Thrill would have had a lot to do in then her did it for nothing. Of course, I reckon that would have set Blackjack off too. She has had to leave.
She paused.
I could try and talk to Blackjack if you want. Get her stop sniffing your tail.
I realized that this was my opening to talk to some pony about what Triage had said. I wriggled my tongue around in my mouth, trying to get the heavy weight that settled upon it when I tried to speak. Triage says I should tell her why I don't want it, I admitted after an awkward pause.
If you don't think she'll keep trying till she's clear, it's bad sex. You gotta be careful not to set her off or do something crazy. She's damn terrifying when she's crazy.
She chuckled.
You know, she tried to teleport herself to the moon. Got all depressed and got up a spacesuit and popped herself a couple of miles up. Came down and broke half her bones in a weird body of hers. Damnest thing I ever saw.
But why does everything have to be sex? Why? Can I just talk like normal ponies? What if I tell her the truth when she thinks it's bad? I blurted out, my wings twitching as I wore it. She chuckled.
It's her favorite thing. She loves it. She loves doing it. Not for herself, but for being another pony, just making them feel good. I think that's it.
She shook her head.
And you can't talk like normal ponies because she ain't normal. She's straight crazy. If she were normal, she wouldn't need us to put her head back together again.
Mm-hmm. But I don't want to talk about it, I said, sulking. My sulking hurt my side, which made me lay back on the bed again. Somewhere in the hospital, I pictured Tria shaking her head at me.
I know, little bird, but Blackjack, even if she knows it's rude, she'll talk about it. Like I said, she's the most damn selective person I ever knew. She'll just say things without thinking, then hate herself for being insensitive and twigged.
She said with a gentle smile. I sighed. I didn't like it, and I didn't want this. Am I even good for her, Willow? I asked, searching her green eyes for the answer.
I know you are, little bird,
she said as she stroked my mane.
You've done better than any of us have, but she's good for you, little bird. That's what you have to answer. Because if you break, like I did, I'm pretty sure it'll kill her.
That scared me more than anything. Willow, I don't want her to die. I know it. I know the stallion would kill himself under my care. It wasn't my fault. I did my best, and I started to cry, just talking about it. And he just did it anyway, right in front of me, like it was nothing. But she doesn't deserve it. No pony does. She reached out with both her hooves, holding me close as she nuzzled to the top of my head.
Little bird, it's okay. She's not hurt, and she doesn't. No matter how sour Cinnamon is about her, you just have to take care of her, little bird.
I sniffed. But I'm kind of bad at that, I said with half sob. Me taking care of me involves curling up with a good book and several boxes of snap cakes. She chuckled and held me till I stabilized a bit more. Then I asked, but what about her and my friend? She's not older than me, mentally, but Blackjack's being all sex-crazed and...
If it were someone else, called her age, would you be okay?
Well, duh. When she'd shut up about it because she probably found a called her age that was her height. That's all she'd been on about the last few weeks. I said with a giggle as I nuzzled my muzzle into her chest.
And what if a colt was a year older, or 2, or 3?
She asked. When is it not? Oh, sorry.
When is it not okay?
I frowned. Well, I mean, if he was like 50, that'd be kinda gross. Or like Hardshine's age. Oh, goddess Luna, do not think about jerky. Oh, damn it, I'm thinking about it.
Well, Blackjack's younger than that. Didn't you read Cinnamon's assessment 3 years ago? She's only about 21 now.
She explained gently.
Blackjack won't hurt her, so long as she doesn't fall in love with her. That's when things get tough.
I thought about it a moment. You didn't really understand love. Not really. Well, I guess if it's just sex. I shuddered, not liking to say anything that might upset Willow. A big part of me hated the idea of my friend sleeping with blackjack. But I didn't want to hurt Willow's feelings by telling her that. I thought that the love of her life had sexual bursts that you'd expect from Sable 99. What is to say she didn't think about how damaging sex could be to a pony. I guess it's okay, I conceded. More for her benefit than mine. I may not like it, but ultimately that's Greta's choice anyway. I would make the choice, but she's not me.
Then you okay, little bird?
She asked with a little smile. I nodded. Yeah, I'll be okay. I didn't really believe I would be okay in this topic for a while, but it was better than telling the truth. I looked up at her and cocked an ear to the side. Will you be okay, Willow? I asked, changing the subject.
Oh, don't you worry about me. Earth bunnies are tough. I'll see you back at Fluttershy Medical Center any day now. You'll see.
Willow said, letting me go and slipping off of the bed to all four hooves. I smiled at her as she got up to go. Good. I'll be whenever Sandalwood sends me with her status reports. I frowned a moment. Wait, why is anyone always asking around if we send reports to Hardshine? Couldn't she just be getting worse automatically? Willow shook her head.
There is...
She paused and shook her head again.
Don't worry about it, little bird. I'll just get better and have Blackjack get better.
She said, slipping quietly out of my room with a grin.
And don't tell Triage I left my bed.
And with a wink, she was out of the door. Willow's secret was safe with me as I finally drifted off to sleep. Asterix break. So, any thoughts, Skyline?
I don't know. Well, yeah, I think Triage and I are pretty much on the same opinion about Blackjack. Well, Willow is extremely hard to act because she has that accent. She has that southern accent.
Yeah.
And the way it's written down.
Wait, it's hard to act? Imagine how it was to translate.
Oh my god.
Yes. Shruti basically thinks this is the worst character in the book because of that exact reason.
Oh my god. He translated. Should he translate it?
Me and Shruti both, yes. We spent a lot of time. We spent a lot of time trying to get this.
I feel even more honored to be your friend now.
Oh, thank you.
Neth, you're adorable and so nice to me.
It's so sweet. Oh.
You're the best friend, man. You're one of the best Russians I ever met. Just nice. You're nice.
Oh, yes, as well.
Well, yeah.
Господи. Okay, I will try to catch up on the chat. Give me a second.
Okay.
Сейчас она пока некогда, и тому подобные звуки. Кстати, да, это моя вечная проблема Торнази. Торнази меня не слышит. Это моя вечная проблема. Нужно просто тренироваться, произносить. Но насколько я знаю по моему регулярному общению здесь, насколько могу сказать, по моему регулярному общению с людьми иностранными, то всем на это пофиг, поэтому я не вижу смысла тренироваться, потому что мой акцент беспокоит только русских, а поэтому, в принципе, плевать. Ни один иностранец еще ни разу не сказал мне, что у меня плохой акцент и что-то где-то. Только русский. Поэтому до свидания. А потом бла-бла-бла. Кто писал этот фиг и под чем? Писала Хардшайн. Под чем, опять же, Лефан Бротон. Нужно знать, что есть... Все напрямую следует из того самого фика. Поэтому вот. И особо ты эти сразу, да, и я об этом предупреждал в начале зачитки, что тем более, что ты еще начинаешь не с самого начала его читать, точнее слушать, а с 4 главы, так что, да, неудивительно. А фиг на самом деле отличный, на 10 из 10. Один из моих самых любимых фиков на данный момент.
А как же последний пони на земле?
Дно.
Ты.
Нет. Нет, я тоже дно, на последний пони на земле еще более дно. Если не секрет,
Fuck you.
Ага, на чем вообще фиг? Фиг, господи, не знаю. Почитай описание к фику на фикшене, там достаточно подробно все это написано. И я сейчас не думаю объяснять. Я их правильно так объяснять, я тогда бы понял все сразу. Кстати, терматора правильная мысль. Все без английский, опять же, по поводу красиво произносить, ни у кого не было ни разу ни одной жалобы ни у одного иностранца. Поэтому по поводу того, красиво или нет, это все крайне субъективно. И более того скажу, многим иностранцам даже, наоборот, нравится подобный акцент. Опять же, по моему личному и не только моему опыту, а также опыту еще моих других друзей. Поэтому по поводу красиво, некрасиво и прочее, это слишком субъективно. Вот. Интересно, слушаю. Science Formulas Microscopes Learning. Это ты про гифку, давай. Ладно. Ну, на этом, я полагаю, говорит shit. Чувак, у меня для тебя... Вот так вот. Escalon, are you ready to continue?
Half a moment, please.
Окей.
Мы успеем за полчаса, потому что там будут скоро Ubisoft.
Нахуй Ubisoft.
Да, их нахуй, но я хочу знать, почему их можно в этом году послать нахуй.
Просто по основному принципу.
Потому что, как и тебя, то, что они не любят последний пони на земле.
Ну, знаешь, не любить говнофанфики — это не такое уж и большое...
Сказал человек, который организовал чтение говнофанфиков. Ты пару раз даже кидал такой тезис, что я люблю говнофанфики. У меня, конечно, сейчас пруфов нет, но судя по твоей реакции, ты знаешь, о чем я говорю.
Вообще говнофанфики...
Okay, I'm ready, we can go.
Хорошо, окей, секунду. One second. Ну, понимаешь, они все еще не настолько плохи, как последний пони на земле.
Подожди, сейчас, подожди, одну картиночку.
Знаешь, скажу так, My Little Sniper лучше. Я сейчас не шучу. Я абсолютно не шучу. Я от чтения My Little Sniper получаю больше удовольствия, чем от чтения последней. Вот. Okay, so that's enough chatting for today, at least for the moment, I'm sorry, because we still need to finish the chapter, aren't we? So,
yep.
I awoke from a rather fitful sleep to some pony lightly stroking my head. I didn't know who it was, but I flailed about, working something and staying my side yet again. It's Slate. Do we have Slate around here?
Yep.
Whoa there, Trinity, it's me.
Oh. Okay. Slate's familiar voice calmed me down a little.
I'm sorry, you were having a nightmare and I didn't know how to get you out of it. I was trying to be comforting.
He explained, rubbing his forehead where I'd evidently struck him. My heart beat against the confines of my chest. I'm so sorry, I squeaked as I curled up, convincing in pain. Crap, my head really hurt like hell. Slade gently rested his hoof on my head again.
Shh, it's fine. I startled you and I should have known better than to snake you out of something frightening like that, especially when you already got an ovation to touch.
He admitted. I relaxed as he lightly patted my name. I was okay. Slate was safe. Slate wouldn't hurt me. How long was I out? I asked, trying to change the subject. Slate frowned down at me.
About 16 hours. Triage had to force the IV, the healing potions into you because we couldn't get you to come too.
His eyes became serious.
We had to move some of the other patients farther away from you while you had your nightmares. Apparently they were starting to feel uneasy without an explanation.
My ears drooped and tried to curl up on the bed. I hoped that no pony had gotten too upset.
Hey, turn down the self-love,
Slade said, yet again stroking between my ears.
Dry clean brought me over, and you've been pretty calm ever since I got here. Just faithfully sleeping.
He said, his smile soothing, and his presence offered a warm cup of cocoa on a cold day.
Do you want to talk about it?
He asked gently. I sighed. I was just thinking a lot about that attack, I admitted. It felt like I was being chased by a red scorpion. It sounds so foolish, I know.
Sounds pretty normal for somebody who got skewered by one of those things.
He counted, resuming his petting of my mane.
And you made it so Willow was able to see you, and you helped Blackjack make a friend. That's actually pretty impressive.
Friend? Oh crap. Where are Blackjack and Glitter? I asked, trying to not fret about the answer. So I cocked an ear to the side. Man gave me a knowing smile.
Dry Clean only collected Glitter to bring her home. Blackjack is sleeping up in one of the offices upstairs. Triage told them to get out of her hospital. Something about not worth staying around for you to wake up.
He took on a distant look a moment.
And then something about how her borrowed office better not smell like sex afterwards. That's the cleaning ponies would be very unhappy.
He chuckled as he groaned. Look, really though, given everything that's happened, you have been taking a lot of pressure off of... Oh wait, no, it's you, sorry. Go ahead, Geraint.
Look, I really thought given everything that's happened, you have been taking a lot of pressure off of the hot minutes. Even just having Blackjack out of Star House for the past 2 days have been really nice.
He asked with a sigh of relief.
Honestly, I was wondering just how much longer I could keep going.
Keep going with what? I asked. All was also keeping things from me, and it was starting to get old. Slade sighed, then nudged me slightly.
Scoot over, Trinity. Let me tell you something about myself.
I went as much as I could, and felt my side decide to protest against me. Ow! Ow! Slade gave me a very concerned look. His little lightly traveled over to settle on my side.
How bad it is?
He asked, his eyes serious. My ears drooped. It's pretty awful. He sighed, his muscle disappearing into his saddlebags, and he drew a vial of Med X.
Look, you should probably take something for it.
Slade, I really don't like Med X. My mom got addicted to the stuff for a while. She said it was because her back hurt. I think she really just used it because she was still horrid. I admitted, shaking my head. I can't. A fireball of pain blasted into my brain, scorching away my willpower. Well, on the other hoof... Slade shook his head.
You do have to be careful with it, but this is the only dose I'm offering you. You get one, then you're done. After that, it's willow bark potions.
I eyed the needle warily. Okay, I lied, I admitted. I'm less worried about the Med X addiction and more worried about the needle. Slade gave me a small, sympathetic smile.
I don't like them either. I can't distract you while I inject you. Follow my hoof.
He said, waving his hoof slowly in front of me. I followed his hoof until I felt pinpricked of the needle. A wave of relaxation flowed out of my body, turning my legs to a pleasant form of jello.
Is that better?
He asked as the medication sent in. I nodded slowly.
When you're hurting, you need to tell your doctor.
He chastised his hoof still on my side.
I could feel your pain from the hallway while you slept.
He went sighed.
Trinity, you know just as well as I do that taking care of yourself is a key part of being a heart mender. If you can't do that, you can't take care of your patients. Sandalwood knows that, Willow knows it from personal experience. If anything, she should be an object lesson to you. If you're hurting, tell someone.
She said firmly. I nodded, and he sat down next to me on the hospital bed, before pulling me into his lap. I didn't particularly like being held, but the medics was making me feel like loopy and docile, so I really didn't mind too much.
When I grew up in stable 89, nobody knew that to do with the Heartmender. We were just trying to figure out how the world worked. I was the fall when Caprice showed up to make 99 into 69 and pretty much set up flank. But she saw I'm something other ponies didn't, the fact that as a Heartmender I could please ponies in a way no pony else could. So I became a war.
He said bitterly, spitting out the word like a cherry pit.
It paid the caps, that's for sure, but after the Battle of the Hoof, after the Heartmenders were set up, I couldn't do it anymore. I'm so tired of making Blackjack feel good when every minute I spend with her is killing me inside.
I let the silence fall as Ted finished speaking. The medics was dull in my sentence, but I could tell he was trying to hide his feelings from behind thick emotional shields. I watched him as he looked down at me. His deep blue eyes were full of so much jagged pain. Slate, why did you say something about it? If it's been bugging you this long.
And what? Leave you to help her? All by your lonesome?
He snapped when said.
Sorry, you don't deserve that.
And tell me what I can do to help, I said quietly, pressing my cheek against his chest as he held me. He felt warm, and his coat was very soft and well brushed. Kinda smelled good too. You and Sad always have been doing this job longer than any pony else has. Pleasure can get better, but not if it's breaking you in the process, I found out with him. Doesn't Hutchin always say that the first rule of Heartmaiden is to take care of yourself? Slade smiled down at me and nodded.
Yeah, I remember her telling me that too.
So why aren't you doing it? I asked, an intentionally grumpy look on my muzzle. He smirked.
Oh, fine, you manipulate little mimics. I'll try to take better care of myself.
He gently pushed me off of his lap and got down off the bed, but the smile on his face reached his eyes this time.
Anything else you want me to do while you're all laid up, Mistress Heartmender?
He teased. Well, you could ask Sandalwood out on a date, I replied with a sly grin. Oh shit, no, Brain, why? Why did you say that? Oh, right, the drugs. We're not feeling pain in your side, drugs. Confusion rippled off of Slade in rogue waves, occasionally crashing into embarrassment and amusement, filling the room with a storm of emotions for the briefest of moments.
What?
He asked, dumbfounded. I lay my ears back and stared at him. Slade, it's obvious you have a thing for her, and she has a thing for you. Ask her out on a date. I deadpanned. Just don't fuck her until I'm a safe distance away from a wing, okay? Slade's jaw dropped.
We don't, I mean...
I continued to give him an utterly exasperated stare.
Oh, maybe I do have some fondness.
Still staring.
Care?
He's still staring.
Oh, fine. I do have a great deal of feelings for her.
I smiled and nodded approvingly at him. He glared back in response.
Not a word of this conversation. Get back to Sandalwood. Gets back to Sandalwood.
Cross my heart and hope to fly, stick a cupcake in my eye, I said innocently. If it makes you feel any better, Slade, if it were her coming to see me, I would have had the same conversation with her.
Why?
He half shouted. My ears lay parallel to my skull as it took him with more than a healthy dose of annoyance. Because I can not only see it, but I can feel it. And because I can see and feel it, and you two are trying to hide it from each other, it's super annoying. Just take her out. The guard bolted out the door before I could say anything else. Let's just continue.
Yep.
I awoke in what I thought was the next morning feeling particularly grossy.
Oh, good. You're not dead.
Triage's gravely voice rasped.
I wonder when you just went out like a light.
My mouth felt like it'd been stuck in the cotton all night.
Well,
No.
Slade
No,
gave
no,
me some...
Shh.
Sorry.
It's quite alright. Well, Slade gave me some medics last night, but my sight feels less now. I managed looking blearily up at vague image that I was fairly certain was the unicorn. Trish appeared to be frowning rather more than usual.
She did what?
She demanded when shook her head.
People get their hands on that syringe and they think they are Surgeon fucking General. Let me guess. She gave you a full shot.
She interrogated, lighting a cigarette with her half. I don't know. He seemed to know what he was doing, I said instantly. He really did seem to know what he was doing. If anything, the long sleep did me some good. Is sleeping for that long normal with medics? I asked. Trish shook her head.
No, it ain't normal. The entire reason I'm sitting in this room because you did not wake up yesterday. I had you hooked up on a monitor, and if I hadn't been woken up for the next few hours, I was gonna dose you with the fixer and bring you out of it.
She harumphed, taking a drag on her cigarette.
He'd said to me he'd given you something to ease the pain, but I didn't know it'd be that much. He grew up in Flag for Celestia's sake. He should know the risk of using medics.
She rolled her eyes.
Fucker probably wasn't thinking straight. Probably even thought that he was being kind too.
She took a drag, then let out a long, smoky sigh.
Figures. She wouldn't think about all the fact that you're small. Though it does explain why you've been out for the the better part of the past 2 days.
Something that didn't parse right in my head. If Ted knew what he was doing, he wouldn't intentionally OD me, would he? Maybe it was an accident. I marked it down as something I needed to ask him about when I got back to chapel. I experimentally tried to roll up from my back to my haunches, and happily discovered the ache in my side wasn't nearly as bad as it did before. Well, my side does feel better, I admitted, but that would have been from the healing potions. Trish nodded. When stuck around purple potion under my muzzle.
Drink,
she ordered. I did so. Oh, this one tastes like grapes.
Well, kid, 2 more of those and you'll be all healed. I'm sure I can discharge you and Slate the state will settle it.
She pursed her lips sorely.
Assuming drugging kids isn't actually a habit for those idiots.
I said nothing as I finished off a potion. Where is the fetus room? I asked. My bladder informed me that I hadn't peed in the time I'd been asleep. Trish pointed her lit cigarette with her magic.
Down the hall and to the right. And there should be an alley core that can take you back to chapel, unless Blackjack is still lurking at that.
I nodded to her thankfully and bolted out the door. A few moments and a gradual physical relief later, I checked back in with Trish. Am I free to go? I asked as she looked over the chart. I wiggled my left hoof, the one I'd chopped a few days prior. It looked like somebody had gotten around to trimming it, and evening was out for me. Only with my other hoof, so I didn't walk funny. But I didn't remember it hurting before. I'd walked a long way on it. Why was it hurting now? The last chimera looked up at me, an annoyed expression on her muzzle, as she just followed my wagging hoof.
Huh? Yeah, fine. You're paid up. You're all paid up, so get out of my hospital.
I turned to go and stopped myself. Thank you, Trish, for listening. World now granted and muttered something that could have been charitably interpreted as "you're welcome," and I took that as my cue to leave. I trotted down the stairs of a creature and out of the building. The massive structure had taken some damage in the Battle of the Hood, but it looked like the medical ponies had been putting forth some efforts to clean the place up. It was starting to look like a college from one of my books. The stairs from the main hospital led down to a massive country yard that lay between various buildings that made up a collegiate. Shattered concrete and the remains of a fountain dominated the slowly green common area. As I looked out across the country yard, I spotted a familiar red and black mane belonging to a mare lounged on a park bench. Blackjack lay on her back with a pair of aviator sunglasses she'd gotten from woman elsewhere. Chuckling, I shook my head and nodded over to her. I couldn't smell her from here, so presumably she wasn't drunk. Probably. Are you on my ride home? I asked as I made my way over to her. Her left ear twitched and she lifted her right hind leg, letting out a fart that would have done a tuba proud. Yawning, she rolled off the bench, landing on her hooves.
For you, baby, you can ride me all night long.
She teased. Well, some things didn't change. I thought to myself as I rolled my eyes. Not happening, Blackjack. Can we go home now? I asked.
You'll have to hold on to me if you want to teleport there.
I looked to her side and wrapped my left foreleg around her right. Shall we? And in a flash, we left the collegiate behind. I left Blackjack at Star House and trotted back to her Heartmander wing. We really needed to just install a door into Star House. This whole walking back and forth between the Heartmander's quarters and PJ's home was getting annoying. I wanted to be able to see myself and come and go when I pleased. Damn it. Not act like I was pre-war pizza delivery feeling every time I needed to see her. Slade waved to me from the kitchen table when he was taking notes.
Hey, welcome home. How are you feeling?
He asked, setting his pencil down. I glanced at his notes, admiring how neat his mouth writing was. I'm feeling a lot better. Claire says I need to have 2 more healing potions at bedtime, but I should be all fixed up. I replied slowly, trying to get a read on him. So far, I was feeling a warm feeling of genuine care and concern. Nothing hiding under the surface. Weird. Slade's brow furrowed.
Where's that suspicion coming from, Trendy? Did I do something to upset you?
He asked, pulling out a chair for me and waving me into the table. I sat down and shook my head. Well, no. Just, the reason I was out for 2 days was because I had too much medics. Could you have made a mistake with the dose you gave me? I asked instantly. No point in really being accusatory, since it actually could have been an accident. Slade blinked at me.
What? Medics overdose?
He shook his head.
There's no way. I checked your chart before I deal it in a dose for you.
He glanced to the side and he recalled something.
Your chart said that you weighed 87 lbs.
Pounds.
LBS, which is underweight for you, even as a Pegasus affiliate who's still growing. The normal dose would be 10 milligrams in solution for every 154 lbs of body weight. Even so, I dilated it down and only gave you 1.5 mg to be safe. There's no way that would have knocked you out for 2 days. That's what.
I flinched slightly as he shouted, both in voice and emotions. I'm sorry, Slade. Maybe someone at the hospital accidentally gave me an adult dose. I said quietly, trying to ease his concern. Or on my sore left hoof. I'm sure that's what happened. Slade shook his head.
I'm going to mention this to Sandwood. If someone tried to poison one of our Heartmenders, she'll want to let her heart shine now. No. If this is because of you helping Blackjack, then it's really not a good sign for the political situation here in the hoof.
He trailed off, getting up and trotting down the hallway to Sandalwood's room. I took the opportunity to slip into mine. Well, at least there was never a dull moment around here. Are you sure this is who you want to be? Yes, no, yes. New player, Frenady Lily. Strength 2, Perception 7, Endurance 2, Charisma 9, Intelligence 7, Agility 6, Luck 8. Traits, Small Frame. You gain +1 agility and enemies have a -5 penalty to hit you, but your limbs suffer 25% more limb damage. This does not affect actual damage taken. Good-natured. All non-combat skills are increased by +5. All non-combat skills are decreased by -5. You're sweet and good at figuring out how to solve your problems without hitting other ponies. So pony paid attention in kindergarten. As a drawback, however, you sometimes struggle to deal with those that didn't pay attention to things like share your toys and don't hit other ponies with bricks. Level up. New perk. Kissed by security. For good or for ill, security herself kissed you. you now pick up the benefits of Wild Wasteland even if you are not level 1. Welcome to your new, wilder and weirder life. The end. So...
Reminds me of our Lost.
What is it?
Slade. Reminds me of our Lost.
I don't know who it is, so I don't think I will get the reference.
Our Lost, it's one of the personas in Rampage. She was.
Okay. No, never mind. I just wasn't familiar with pronunciation. Okay, I know what you're talking about. Yes. Okay. I get it. Yeah, he kind of is, but yeah.
Wait, just tell me, was he actually trying to, or was it just really his mistake? I think he was really trying to.
No, he was not. He was not trying to. Absolutely not. I do say this. I don't know yet myself, but I have a theory that this was Cinnamon's job, somehow.
Okay. People I hate in this fanfiction. Cinnamon, fucking Trinity's mom, a little bit Glitter, and a little bit Blackjack.
Why Glitter though? And Blackjack? What?
She's dumb. Like, not dumb, it's just so, too innocent for the Wasteland, I think. Yeah, she's just too innocent.
Погоди, okay, wait. I just asked Shuti something in Russian to not spoil you. Shuti, ты тут? No, there is no Shuti. I think she might surprise you in the next few chapters. Okay, I will just say that Glitter isn't as simple as you might think she is.
Is she fucking Discord?
No, she is not. She's absolutely not Discord, but she has a little bit more depth to her character than just what you see right now. I will say that.
Я даже, кажется, знаю, в какой момент ты говоришь.
Да, Гилрай, это тот самый момент, который указывал мне ты. И именно он. So, yeah.
Я побегу, там Ubisoft нашли.
Да, давай. Драгон, если ты тут, заканчивай запись. Если нет, все равно заканчивай запись.
Кстати, кто там читал за врача? Блин, классно вышло.
За врача и Скалиан. За Слейта и Гилрай.
Скалиан?
Yeah?
Your triage was great. That's what he's trying to say.
Revolver at slot, Jester.
Okay.
I think it's too hard reference, right?
Okay.
One moment.
Okay, so Scalian, any more opinions on the chapter you just read?
I think that whatever they're doing to Threatening is just cruel. Like, I still want to hug her. I still want to, just hug her and just, she's so bad. It's so
yes.
much
fun. Yes, she's so sweet and so good. And
poor little Serenity. Huh?
Yeah, Serenity is very poor and very little. And yeah. And once again, it's not confirmed that it's Cinnamon, but I think it's the most logical conclusion I could make of the situation.
You could ask Heartshine, you know her.
I could ask Heartshine, but that would be spoilers, so I'm not going to do it. So yeah, I still think it's going to come up later, so I would rather not spoil myself.
I think it's gonna be something in like chapter 30 or something, and then most people would forget it, and then it would all make sense suddenly.
Yes. I think that's what is going to happen. But yeah, I think it's Cinnamon. I mean, who else could have done that? Like, who else can benefit from Cinnamon death?
Why is Cinnamon evil like that?
That the reasons are unknown. She hates Blackjack for her own reasons. Why exactly? It's up to the discussion.
Apparently, she's pissed because Blackjack exposed the bad dimension.
Yeah, because she exposed Redoubt.
Redoubt, yeah, Project Redoubt. But that's so fucking, like, when I read that chapter, When I read that chapter and she passed through the portal, I was like, oh. So that's where Bad Pony Mountain is. And just thinking about it, like how they said that outside of the castle it's just unstable, whiteness and stuff.
Which also might be some sort of relative to Stygius. And you remember what happened to Stygius, aren't you?
Yes, but it wasn't Blackjack who got him killed.
Yes, but it might not matter to Cinnamon. Because she logically speaking, yes, but Cinnamon does not operate on the same logic.
Practically, Blackjack blinded the current king and the to-be, like the heir of the throne.
Yeah,
he basically
but see, if Blackjack didn't expose Redoubt, they wouldn't have to fight Battle of the Hoof, and then Stygius wouldn't be dead. That's the logic I think Cinnamon can operate by. So yeah. I mean, it's still not confirmed. It's just my theory I have, but yeah. It's the only thing that makes sense to me. If you have another theory, then shoot, hit me up.
I think it isn't that he. I think that like Cinnamon was some sort of. Well, I think Cinnamon was really loyal to the king, and I don't know what the king's name was, and I can't remember. Can you remember?
What king exactly? Oh, the Bad Pony King. No, I cannot.
Yeah, I remember Thunderbrand Stygius, but I don't know.
I mean, there is way too many characters for me to remember in this
No. I remember most of the character names because basically how it's made is if you like actually go and take your time and look up what those words mean that a character's name, they basically describe as who they are.
Yeah, I did not actually do that.
Stygius means Stygius is a word to describe someone. It's an adjective. It describes someone who is hardworking or eager.
Yeah,
and you can kinda associate with him.
Yeah.
And it's just, you know what Threnody means? You know why they said
yes. Yes, I know what Threnody means. It's like morning song.
Exactly, somber morning. Like mourning the loss of someone, or just
yes. Yes, I do know what Threnody means. Thank you. Yes, but yeah, I never actually done anything like that because I was too invested in reading, and yeah, because I know I said it millions of times by now, but I still want to reiterate that I finished both original and Project Horizons within 1 month. So yeah,
how the fuck?
I was just
nothing but to read for a month.
Yes, actually yes. I did nothing but read for a month.
That is really.
I wasn't studying. I wasn't studying. I can't get a job because I had some problems with some bureaucracy at army, with Russian army. That wasn't solved for. No, I didn't want to join the army, and army didn't want me to join them, but bureaucracy still got in the way. So even though we both came into the same agreement, but bureaucracy just get in the way, and I had to wait 6 months until I got the papers I needed to actually get a job. So yeah, it was stupid. So I can't study at the moment, and I can't work at the moment, and I have literally nothing to do. So I just like, oh hey, there is this very, very neat story I have heard about. And my friend like, oh hey, look some videos about Fallout Equestria. Would you like to read it? So I'm like, hell yeah, I would like to read it. So we make like a group reading session for first few chapters, and then I just kind of read to myself and been invested. And I read. When I eat, when I read more, when I slept, when I waking up, and read more and eat. Basically, my day was eating, reading, and sleeping. That's it. I literally nothing else for the entire fucking month.
I have no idea how you did that.
Actually, pretty easy.
I'm really impressed with you. I'm really impressed with you.
I am not regretting anything. This was one of the best months I've had because it was so good. So many emotions, new characters, and it was just a blast to have. But yeah,
I'm really proud that I managed to actually do that in 1 month, and yeah.
Well, that's great. I really, I guess you could say I'm really, yeah. You know how I said I'm honored to know you and whatnot? Yeah, I feel even more so now. You're an amazing dude, man.
Oh, thank you. It's not often when I get to hear it, so it's always a pleasure.
Well, I really do appreciate you. Like, honestly, I appreciate you a lot. You're a
thank you. Thank you.
And like how much you could read in a month, and just generally how active you are, and how much stuff you contribute to the Russian community. It's amazing. You're translating this fan fiction. It's pretty impressive.
I mean, on a great scale of things, my contribution is. Hold on. On a great scale of things, my contribution is next to nothing, to be honest. And yeah, I wouldn't call myself active exactly. I am actually, believe it or not, I am very introverted person. Like, holy shit, I'm very, very introverted person. I just, I don't know.
I could actually could notice that about you being introverted, but you know, I have a way of thinking things. If I see that you don't want to talk about something, you don't. I am not going to bother you or force you to talk about it. If you want to talk about it, you come to me, you message me.
See, here's the thing. I don't think there is a single subject that I would like to avoid in most of conversations. Like, I'm always open to talk about like any subject you want. That's the thing. I mean, as long as I know something about it, like, if I don't know nothing about the subject, I will try to talk to you, but just don't expect me to get from you like any meaningful information about it. But yeah, there is no such thing as forbidden subject for me. I open to talk about anything. But yeah, back to the story itself.
Yeah, sorry for turning off.
It's okay. It's actually really fun to chat. I mean, we finished reading, so we have nothing to hurry to. I mean, I kind of have, but I still have several hours, so I don't hurry anywhere, and I believe you don't as well. So it's quite alright. It's fun to have a little chat after we finish. So yeah, the story. What about the little footnote at the end about a new game? How's that for you?
I think that this is basically just the start of the entire thing. Like, these chapters have only been an introduction, and by putting it there, it's basically emphasizing on the fact that this is only the beginning of something that is to be something much bigger, like something much longer, much more interesting, much more intriguing. I cannot wait to see more of this fanfiction, because this is amazing to me.
Yes, it is. Actually, Hatchet said that originally she planned 15 chapters, and actually not even sure she will manage to put it in 25. So yeah, it's growing rapidly and extensively. So approximately it's happening with 1 chapter per month, with 1 exception, if I recall, which was very, very cruel. The chapter ended on the cruel cliffhanger, and I waited 3 months to actually know what will happen next. Yeah, it kind of sucked. But not anymore. She is quite active, actually. She recently pulled out chapter 16, which was alright. I didn't like it quite as much as previous ones, but I still liked it. But yeah, this is honestly one of my favorite fanfics, period. I honestly think it's actually, in some ways, better than Project Horizons, even. And a lot of my friends think as well, like Dragon, for example, and Vice, that is, if it's not better, then it's at least on the par with Project Horizons in terms of writing and characters and such. Would you agree?
The two fanfictions are really far different. You cannot exactly compare the two. I wouldn't say I could compare them. I'd say they are a different type, a different genre. Because, like, Project Horizons
Yeah.
Okay, so Project Horizons, Fallout Equestria, the first one, was more like an action.
The road story, basically.
Yeah, an action thriller and a little, and then Project Horizons is straight up horror. It's gore. It's much. Well, you could say worse. Then again, it isn't worse.
Okay. I would say it's more of a tragedy than the horror. I mean, the horror is there, but it's not a focus. The drama is not
having like Chapter 7, the main character gets her guts ripped out. I think that's pretty horror for me.
I believe it's Chapter 6, but okay.
Chapter 6. I'm sorry. You know, I don't know.
I know what you're talking about. When I first read Chapter 6, I was so impressed. I made a meme about it. Yeah.
Blackjack literally cannot die. No matter what the fuck you throw at her, she is invincible.
And actually, Homelands. In Homelands, there is an explanation as to why she came back and speak. And let me tell you, that explanation doesn't mean anything good for Blackjack. Let's put it this way.
The stars.
Pretty much.
Oh my god, did I just guess that?
Yep, you just did.
Holy shit. Okay, I officially declare myself to be smart.
Well, you are, so. Тогда вопрос декорат всем новоприбывшим, подключившимся, кто бы вы ни были. У нас идет обсуждение фанфика, который мы только что закончили читать, и просто диалоги на подобные темы. В основном на английском языке. So, let's continue. So, Cinnamon Twist is therapy. I would say there's going to be few more ponies you would like to punch and hate. At least for me there is. Where I know. At least 2 more. You never answered, why do you hate Blackjack here? Like you said, Glitter and Blackjack. Okay, Glitter you kind of explained, although I did not agree with you. But Blackjack, what did you do? Why?
I think that she's just... The way she does things, the way she behaves, it's... she's been hurt a lot, and it would be at this point that any person would have committed suicide. Heck, Blackjack would have committed suicide back in Chapter 15 if the fucking Watcher wasn't there to stop him. But
yeah.
What I'm trying to get here is... Give me a sec.
Go ahead. Ладно, пока пускай-то я хочу...
Вы закончили?
I'm back.
Да, мы обсуждаем. Окей.
Ну, останавливай запись.
Окей, Скайн, go on.